IELTS listening is indeed easy, but there is one question that makes the whole test difficult, and that's maps. That's why in this video I've got some strategies that will make the maps question a piece of cake for you. And this is the question that we're gonna attempt. But before we dive into the video, make sure to like, share and subscribe this video. When attempting the maps, there is one thing that you should keep in mind, and that is you shouldn't spend too much time on the questions. As soon as you see the maps question, the first thing you should do is read the questions. And you shouldn't read them too carefully. Just skim through them and spend at the most 10 to 15 seconds on them, because all the question answers will be in sequence. It means that the answer to question 1 will always come before the answer to question 2. And let's say they paraphrase something. The paraphrase wording will be very similar to the original wording. And nearly every student knows about the question. No student gets stuck in it. It's quite easy to just underline the questions and identify when the speaker is mentioning them. So your main focus shouldn't be on the questions, and you should avoid spending too much time on them. After reading the questions, you should immediately read and understand the map. Remember that there won't be a lot of time for you to see the map in detail, so just focus on the major things like the buildings, the additional roads, some obstacles, and also the directions like north, west, east, and south. You should also know the meaning of some words like adjacent. Its meaning is next to or with. Like in this map, the main entrance gate is next to the tower E. Both of them are near, so next to. You should also know the meaning of the word on the other side. It means the opposite side. Like I am sitting here and the person sitting there will be on the opposite side. Just like in this example, this is a point and the road on the other side of the bridge will be the opposite side. So here we'll be using the other side. Just like these words, there is a word called junction. Now this is a point where two roads connect, such as here the path to the main entrance and the left as well as the right path are junctions. These are the point where two roads meet. You should write the letters in the answer, not the whole wording, otherwise it will be considered incorrect. Then you need to have an eye at the starting point. Knowing the starting point is very important, because if you don't know the starting point, you can't keep track of the recording. Sometimes the starting point might be mentioned, but sometimes it is not mentioned. 90% of the time, the starting points are gates or roads that are empty. Here in this example, the main entrance can be the starting point, the roads can be a starting point, the other side of the bridge that have no ends can be the starting point. But the Great Hall or the towers won't be the starting point, because a building is never like a starting point. There are always roads, gates, or a path that has no end. So here it will become easy for you to identify the starting point. Moreover, as the recording starts and as you identify the starting point, you should imagine yourself walking there. Don't close your eyes, it will not be a good idea. Just take a pen and slide your pen as the recording starts. If the recording says move towards the left, move your pen towards the left. This way it will be easy for you to identify the answers. The final tip I would love to give you is avoiding distractors. Distractors are very common in IELTS listening, especially in maps. And these are meant to distract you from the original answer. For example, the speaker says the park was planned to be moved towards the east, but now it's moved towards the west. Or the museum was planned to be constructed in the place of the school, but now it is not constructed. So these are distractors. So those who have listened to the incomplete audio, the half audio, will choose the incorrect answer. But those who listen to the complete audio will choose the correct answer. Also, you should cross out the incorrect options as soon as you listen them. And this is very important tip. People do underrate it, but it can help you clarify the remaining options. Now we'll solve this maps question. Now we need to have a quick look at the questions. Walking the walls here, bow and arrow, hunting birds, traditional dancing, and shops. That's enough looking. Now we'll move towards the maps. There is the main entrance and the main entrance road, two long roads, and both of those long roads lead to a bridge over the river. Two short roads that lead to two towers, E and C, a great hall. Total there are three towers, some walls, north gate, south gate, A, B, F, H, D, G, and there's a river. That's all. Now listen to the audio.
Take a look at your plans, you'll see Branley Castle has 4 towers joined together by a high wall with the river on 2 sides. Don't miss seeing the Great Hall. That's near the river in the main tower, the biggest one, which was extended and redesigned in the 18th century. If you want to get a good view of the whole castle, you can walk around the walls. The starting point's quite near the main entrance. Walk straight down the path until you get to the south gate, and it's just there.
Walk straight down the path till you get to the south gate, and it's there, the starting point. Now imagine yourself, pick a pen and come with me. Main entrance, here you keep on walking down till you meet the south gate. Here's the south gate, and it's there. So there is only one alphabet, H. That's the starting point.
Don't go on to the north gate. There's no way up from there. There'll shortly be a show in which you can see archers displaying their skill with a bow and arrow. The quickest way to get there is to take the first left after the main entrance and follow the path past the bridge. Then you'll see it in front of you at the end.
First left after the main entrance. So we'll go here and then follow the path past the bridge. Now this is the bridge, and past means you've crossed something. Like I moved past that street. It means I've crossed the street. And this audio says you've moved past the bridge. So past the bridge there is only one way. That's D. And on the audio it's also mentioned you will see it in front at the end. Hence D.
If you like animals, there's also a display of hunting birds, falcons and eagles and so on. If you go from the main entrance in the direction of the south gate, but turn right before you get there instead of going through it, you'll see it on your right, past the first tower.
Main entrance, turn right, you keep on turning right, you will see it on the right past the first tower. Now this is the first tower, C. You passed it means that you crossed it, and on the right. There is only one alphabet on the right, and that's F.
At 3 p.m, there's a short performance of traditional dancing on the outdoor stage. That's right at the other side of the castle from the entrance and over the bridge. It's about 10 minutes walk or so.
On the other side of the main entrance. Now this might be a little tricky. Here is the main entrance, and on the other side means the opposite side. Now some people might consider south gate because here is the main entrance and here is the south gate. Now there is another hint, over the bridge. Now near the south gate there is no bridge. So when we move towards the main entrance and on the other side we can see a river if we further extend it. There is only one bridge on the river. So the answer to traditional dancing is A, as it is mentioned over the bridge.
And finally, the shop. It's actually inside one of the towers, but the way in is from the outside. Just take the first left after the main entrance, go down the path, and take the first right. It's got some lovely gifts and souvenirs. Right, so we're just arriving.
First left after the main entrance. Now we're moving left and then the first right. Now the first right only leads to tower E. Therefore the answer to shop is E. That's good. We've just attempted the IELTS listening math practice, and you don't need to panic when seeing the maps. And I also teach physical as well as online classes. So if you're interested, here is my WhatsApp number. You can contact me here. Take care. Allah Hafiz.